Welcome back, guys. This is the final episode of Pantheon. It's finally over, guys. The last episode was just perfect. It ended well. I love how it ended. It left us wanting for more, left us looking forward for season 2. I really can't wait for season 2 because it's going to be more than amazing based on how this one ended. If this is the first time stopping by, I've been reviewing all the episodes of Pantheon from episode 1 down to this last episode. Please make sure to subscribe to my channel, turn on post notification to be notified anytime I drop new video. Watch out for spoilers if you've not seen this episode. Now sit back and enjoy the show and enjoy the video. The episode opened with the introduction of a new character. First of all, I love new characters. Her name is Josephine, an astronaut who is headed for Mars but was unfairly cut from her mission when she falls sick. This is where we saw her in a meeting with the director of NSA and head of Dapper Defense Science. They offer her a new role as the first American cybernaut, which is uploaded intelligence. Now, Josephine considers it. We saw her reveal the news to her family. At first, her husband didn't support the idea, same with her 2 boys, but later they accepted. We saw her meet with Peter Waxman. He informed her about the flaw, but she replied in belief that it can be solved. With confidence, Josephine proceeded to be uploaded. Maddie watches online as the world falls apart around her. Cyber attacks are growing. Boom, Caspian calls her. Now, this is the first time Caspian is reaching out for the first time since the last time he left in episode 6. He tells her he's heading to Norway with Pope to take charge and control of the company. He also gifted Maddie $30 million for all her help, but Maddie wasn't having it. Caspian planned to get rid of all the program, which will obviously affect David, so that is what's separating them. Now, I'm a fan of Caspian and Maddie, and I wouldn't want their friendship to sour. We saw the gang, Ellen, Cody and Maddie, honoring Lori in what seems to be a burial. Cody is still angry at Chanda for the attack, but decided to go on and release Lori's truth and confession to the world. Maddie tries to remind him it would cause more chaos, but Cody is determined. We saw the Chinese uploads again on the mission. Chanda appears, and this time he was able to convince them to his side. Cody goes public still, appearing on the news later that day. Unfortunately, he wasn't taken seriously and very few people believe him. David and Maddie discusses the bold move Cody took and what's been going on as they play chess. David worries he wants to see Maddie grow up as he has like 2 years left, maybe 10 or 15 if he compromises his own word and returns to text speech with emoji. Chanda calls and reveals that he killed Lori, that she left him no choice, also that he has already compromised communication in India's military command server. They would launch SLBM missile to Sacramento, California and China upon his order. We know Maddie and her family are in Sacramento. He also revealed that David copies Lori's message before she passed and fears that he's going to go public. David reflects that it may have been a bad idea to keep a backup copy, but he also wants to be seen, to leave behind some form of legacy. Maddie begs her father to fight back. Caspian is still in Logarithm as Pope shows him around Logarithm base. Pope introduces him to Van Lowen and Dae Ryan. You guys, we also saw Renee and Kerry too. Caspian grew tensed at their sight and then starts to back out others. They tried to convince him that all he's been through with Renee and Kerry were calculated to bring him close to greatness, but Caspian wasn't having anything they're saying. He fires his parents, Renee and Kerry. That felt so good. Damn.
Here's what I say now. Mom, Dad, you're fired.
What?
Caspian. Pope, I want to dump my shares, then break up the company and sell it for parts.
You can't do that.
He can. And he just did.
Julius.
Do what he says. We work for you, boss.
David heads into the video game world to fight Chanda. With the clock ticking, the upload battle begins. The UI god battles making up their own rules as they go along with the fight. Chanda senses defeat and launches the missile, managing to freeze and pin down David's character within the game. We saw Maddie and Justin. Justin grows curious of the situation. Maddie explains to her. The Chinese upload joins Chanda in fighting David. David was able to alter the missile Chanda sent out and saved a lot of lives by sending it to the sea. You guys, at this point, Chanda is officially the villain, because why would he be killing humans like that? Talk about he wants freedom of the uploads. Maddie helps David in the fight. David decides to sacrifice himself and upload Lori's file to every device and every screen across the entire globe. This act alone uses an unimaginable amount of power, and David's file is subsequently erased from the cyber world. At this point, I'm in full support of Lori, seeing how Chanda handles the power. With Lori's message going global, companies start to panic and pull plugs of all their servers containing the UIs. Chanda and his new UI teams head for the satellites as their world evaporates around them. People protest outside Lockwood headquarters after discussing the ungodly act. We saw Cody and Ellen among the mob as Ellen pushes it all to Peter Waxman. Waxman admits to it all and Pope orders for him to be arrested. Pope and Caspian debate the fallout of David's scheme. Caspian believes that this is the end of it all, but Pope thinks it's only just the beginning. UIs will survive this and thrive. He confesses that Stephen Hostrom only wanted the UIs to be immortal in the end, want to control all the other UIs. Pope offers Caspian the opportunity to decide which UI has their flaw removed. Caspian chose David and reached out to Maddie, but learns that David is dead after releasing Laurie's message. Pope reveals they have a copy of his file and Caspian gets to work on curing the flaw. This breathtaking, almighty and beautiful series ends with Ellen returning from the protest and finds Maddie sobbing. They were all sad and heartbroken at David's demise and hug each other. The power cuts out and a backup generator kicks in. Their house seems to be the only one in the neighborhood running on full power as their neighbor head over in the dark looking for comfort or maybe some answers. Meanwhile, Caspian types away at his computer, hopefully uploading David's consciousness once again to give him the power of immortality. I love it. I love that it was David that Caspian chose. At this point, I can't wait for the next season. I don't know when that will be, but I'll share updates to you guys anytime AMC drops the date. This is by far one of the best series I've watched this year. The music at the end, everything was just perfect. If you made it this far, you're the real MVP. Please make sure to subscribe to my channel, turn on post notification to be notified anytime I drop new video. See you guys in my next video. I'm out of here.